general practice in golf is to leave the course as it was found at the outset of the round, or to improve the conditions on as many holes as possible. One of the most common occurrences while playing golf is taking a divot or a piece of turf out of the ground when striking the ball. Repairing and replacing divots is an important habit that golfers should develop and practice. Depending on the grass type, there are two ways to repair a divot hole. If the divot still has soil attached, it will heal quickly if replaced immediately. Simply fit the grass back into the hole from which it came and lightly step on it to establish contact with the soil below. Sometimes the divot can't be replaced. It may not be intact or it may be too dried out to heal. In this case, use the soil and the seed mixture that the golf course provides to repair the divot hole. Simply apply this mixture until it is level with the surrounding area, being careful not to overfill. Putting greens are especially sensitive to the daily wear and tear of players walking on the surface. Most golf courses have a strict no metal spikes policy. While these types of shoes reduce turf damage, players are still encouraged to walk carefully, being mindful not to drag their feet. Also, players should avoid standing too close to the hole where a heavy imprint can have a greater chance of altering putts. Always take out and replace the flagstick carefully, clearing the hole before laying it on the green. Repairing ball marks on the putting green is another habit that golfers are encouraged to develop. Doing so helps ensure a smoother and truer putting surface for everyone and helps keep the grass healthy. A ball mark repair tool makes fixing ball marks easy. Use it to loosen the underlying soil and to push the compressed turf back into place. Then use the putter to lightly tap down the mark until it is a smooth surface once again. Ball marks are often far from where the ball actually lies, so players should always check for damage in the area where the ball landed. A properly fixed ball mark can heal in as little as 2 to 3 days, while a ball mark not repaired can take weeks to heal. Courteous players understand this, and as a general practice, they fix their own ball mark and at least one other. When playing a shot from the bunker, always enter and exit on the low side. Try to follow the same path in and out as it saves time by reducing the amount of raking necessary. After playing a stroke, golfers should always smooth the surface by using a rake to flatten footprints and depressions. The rake is there to be used. Golfers should resist the temptation to use a foot or a golf club to smooth out the sand after hitting. Make the effort to leave the bunker in as good a condition as possible for the players that follow you. Rake the sand up to the edge or lip of the bunker, but keep the sand from overflowing, which will help prevent damage to mowing equipment. When finished, place the rake outside the bunker in a location that will reduce the chance of it coming into play. Some golf courses prefer the rakes be placed in the bunkers to make it easier for maintenance equipment to move around. In this case, leave the rake on the flat side of the bunker. Golfers should check with the pro shop regarding where the rakes should be left. Bunker maintenance is an expensive part of taking care of the course. Golfers can free up workers for many other tasks simply by practicing good bunker etiquette. An incorrect but popular notion is that fast putting greens are good and moderately paced greens are bad. In many cases, the opposite can be true. Here are some basic facts about putting greens. Extremely fast greens not only make putting more of a challenge, but chipping as well, and can slow the pace of play. It stands to reason that green speed should generally be maintained at a course in a way that best suits the majority of its golfers, in a user-friendly manner. The maintenance of fast putting greens is a labor-intensive process. The very low mowing height can lead to grass that is more susceptible to disease and heat damage. Many variables impact green speed, not just the mowing height. Contours, mounds, or terrain, the prevailing weather conditions, and the time of the year. These are just a few dynamics that the superintendent must wrestle with when controlling green speed. For many golf course superintendents, getting the putting greens to roll consistently is a daily challenge that starts early each morning when the greens are mowed. However, a lot more goes into the preparation of these important surfaces. During the year, all of the course's putting greens must be mowed, fertilized, aerated, and brushed. Just the right amount of irrigation must be applied to keep the grass alive and still provide a firm putting surface. The hole locations must be changed to ensure that traffic is distributed as much as possible to avoid wearing out portions of the green. Good course conditions don't just happen. The superintendent and staff work every day to ensure that golfers have the best conditions possible. Annually, there are certain procedures and care needed to maintain healthy turf and playing conditions. At many courses, aeration is necessary multiple times per year. This is a process where the ground is punctured with small holes in a grid pattern across the entire course. It loosens the soil compacted from golfers' foot traffic and the maintenance machinery, enabling roots to thrive. It may take a few weeks for the holes to fill in, but the root system will be stronger and the surface will be better able to tolerate golfer traffic. Superintendents base the aeration schedule on the climate, available labor, and important dates on the golf calendar. While trees add beauty and challenge to a golf course, it is important to recognize that the placement of trees can have a serious impact on the health and playability of a golf course. Grass planted on golf courses needs around 8 hours per day of direct sunlight. This is particularly true on the putting greens where the grass is cut very short. Poorly placed trees can result in serious turf grass management problems. Tree roots absorb tremendous quantities of water and nutrients from the soil. When the tree competes with the grass for water and nutrients, the grass naturally loses. A general rule of thumb is that tree roots extend outward from the trunk at a distance roughly equal to the height of the tree. The health of a putting surface can be greatly affected by how much air moves across the surface. The air movement is important because it keeps the grass blades dry, which in turn greatly reduce disease problems. Since dense trees block the wind, it is no coincidence that putting greens surrounded by trees are usually the weakest on the course. Paying close attention to predominant wind patterns when planting or pruning trees can dramatically improve the health of the turf grass. A common misconception is that lush, green grass is healthy and better to play on. The truth is that although the grass may appear to be thriving, it can be more susceptible to disease, traffic damage, heat, and drought stress. Especially on putting greens, the goal is to provide a smooth, consistent surface, even if there are a few brown spots. While aesthetics are important, of greater concern to the superintendent is the health and playability of the course. If the rough is too thick and long, players may have a hard time finding their balls and then struggle to get out of the high grass. If the hole location is on a ridge, it can be too hard for golfers to get the ball close, and it can slow down the pace of play. And if the tees are not aligned properly, it may cause difficulty for some players to focus on the correct line for their tee shot. Balancing the importance of playability with the aesthetics is a challenge that course superintendents grapple with every day.